You're going to have more speaking engagements than you have mine. You'll have more speaking engagements than you will have mine. So you better prepare yourself for this. You better really prepare yourself for this.
Wow, Apostle, why are you speaking to me like that?
Yeah.
I've been in a place of actually wondering when I've just been in a stagnant place a little bit.
But let me help you with something.
Okay.
What you're supposed to do in the ministry, far as speaking, nobody has worked with you on those terms. There are people that are satisfied with you doing what you're doing. That's not what God is. God has established you. God has established you in the way like he did Queen Esther. God has established you for that, for the mime, for such a time as that. But your season now is to go forward in ministry because you're a preacher. It's all in your dancing. It's in your actions. It's all in you. But you have a word. There's a word that God put in your spirit for his people. So I don't know if anybody's recognized that or not. Now, maybe some people have spoke, maybe they haven't, but I would like to sit down and talk to you.
Okay.
I would really like to sit down and talk to you on next Thursday. I want to sit down and talk to you because it wouldn't do justice, nor would it benefit you to just have you come and just do what you're doing. I'm seeing greater. I'm seeing greater. I see what you do, and I see the gift, but and what God has anointed you to do. But this is not all that you're supposed to do. That was for that season and that time to usher you to this next level, and you're on that level. You just don't know what to do. And I want to sit down, and I want to actually, and I'm going to pray. I want to sit down and talk to you about some things that you should be doing, and how to go about doing it.
Amen, Apostle. Amen.
Now,
I needed that.
This is where jealousy will arise in people, because people can be all right where you are, and they can, and your ministry is so good, but that's not all God invested in you. God invested more in you than this. God invested more in you than this. You don't want to get any older, and you don't want to move any further, and then come to find out that you should have been doing what you started doing. You should have done it 5 years ago. You should have moved in that realm 5 years ago. And right where you are, you're accepted for what you do and for who you are, but it's not too many people that see any further than what you do. That's not good. That's really not good, because you should have been snatched up a long time ago. Leadership should have seen that. They should have seen that it's more to him than this. It's more to him than this. God has invested more in him than this. And there are times when people won't take a risk, or people won't make an investment. Somebody told me years ago, they said, you know one thing? They said, a Jewish white woman told me, she says, she says, this is how you pay people attention. She says, when people give you advice, it's wonderful, but don't take advice from people who are not willing to invest in you. And nobody's really invested in you. Nobody. That's what I see. Everything that you've done, it's been you and God. Wow. It's been you and God. And it's your faith and your trust in God. But outside of that, nobody's really taken. And when somebody